snuff and tobacco and excellent jacking. I've scissors and watches and knives. I've ribbons and laces to set off the faces of pretty young sweethearts and wives. I've twinkle and toffee, I've tea and I've coffee, soft Tommy and succulent jobs. I've chickens and ponies and pretty malonies and excellent peppermint drops. Then buy up your buttercup, poor little buttercup, so you should never be shy. Then buy up your buttercup, poor little buttercup, come of your buttercup. Bye.
Hi, little buttercup, and welcome, for you are the rosiest, the roundest, and the reddest beauty in all Spithead.
Red am I, and round and rosy, maybe for I have descended one. But hark ye, my merry fellow, hast thou ever thought that beneath a gay and frivolous exterior there may lie a cankerworm, which is slowly but surely eating its way into one's very heart?
No, my lass, I can't say I've ever thought that.
I've thought it often.
Yes, you look like it. What's the matter with the man? Isn't he well?
Don't take no heed of him. That's only poor Dick Deadeye.
Ah, it's a beast of a name, ain't it, Dick Deadeye?
It's not a nice name.
I'm ugly too, ain't I?
You are certainly plain.
And I'm three-cornered too, ain't I?
You are rather triangular.
That's it. I'm ugly and they hate me for it. For you all hate me, don't you?
We do!
There.
Well now, Dick, we wouldn't go for hurt any fellow creature's feelings, but you can't expect a chap with such a name as Dick Deadeye to be a popular character, now can you?
No,
It's asking too much, ain't it?
it is. For such a face and form as mine, even the noblest sentiments sound like the black utterances of depraved imagination. It's human nature I've resigned.
But tell me, who's the youth whose faltering feet with difficulty bear him on his course?
That is the smartest lad in all the fleet, Rafe Ragsstraw.
Live, but man! Remorse, remorse. Nightingale sighed for the moon's bright ray.
the lass is much above his station.
Wait. Dreaming too big.
A maiden fair to see, the pearl of minstrelsy, a bud of blushing beauty, for whom proud nobles sigh, and with each other vie to do her menial's duty.
To do her menial's duty.
A suitor lowly born with hopeless passion done, and more beyond denying, has death for her to find, and whose exalted shrine the world of wealth is sighing.
A world of wealth is sighing.
Unlearned he not save that which love has taught, for love had made his tutor. Oh, pity, pity me, our captain's daughter she, and I that lowly suitor.
And
Pity me, our captain's daughter she, and I that
leads
Ah, my poor lad, you've climbed too high. Our worthy captain's child won't have nothing to say to a poor chap like you. Will she, lads?
No.
No, no. Captain's daughters don't marry foremast hands.
Shame! Shame!
Dick Deadeye, them sentiments of yourn are a disgrace to our common nature.
But it's a strange anomaly that the daughter of a man who hails from the quarterdeck may not love another who lays on the foreyard arm. For a man is but a man, whether he hoists his flag at the main truck or slacks out on the main deck.
Ah, it's a queer world.
Dick Deadeye, those revolutionary sentiments of yours are enough to make an honest sailor shudder.
My lads, our gallant captain has come on deck. Come, let us greet him as so brave an officer and so gallant a seaman deserves.
My gallant crew, good morning.
Sir, good morning.
I hope you're all quite well.
Quite well. And you, sir?
I am in reasonable health, and happy to meet you all once more.
You do us well, sir.
I am but captain of the Pinafore.
And right good captain, too.
You're very, very good, and be it understood, I command a right crew.
We're very, very good, and be it understood, he commands a right crew.
Ready to appear like an Andrew can steer or ship myself in a G. I'm never known to quail the fury of a gale, and I'm never ever sink at sea.
What never?
Oh, never.
What never?
Will hardly ever.
He's hardly ever sink at sea. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the hardy captain of the Pinafore. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the captain of the Pinafore.
I do my best to satisfy you all.
You were quite content.
You're exceedingly polite, and I think it only right to return the compliment.
We're exceedingly polite, and he thinks it's only right to return the compliment.
I'll interrupt you, I never ever use, no matter the emergency. Though over it I may occasionally say, I never use a big D.
What never?
Oh, never.
What never?
Well, hardly ever.
Hardly ever swears a big D. Then give 3 cheers and 1 cheer more for the well-bred captain of the Pinafore.
Buttercup, I'm sad and sorry. My daughter Josephine, the fairest flower to ever blossom on ancestral timber, is sought in marriage by Sir Joseph Porter, our Admiralty's first lord. But for some reason, she does not seem to tackle kindly to it.
Your most attractive daughter. I go, farewell.
A plump and pleasing person.
You should look your best today, for Sir Joseph Porter, KCB, will be here this afternoon to claim your promised hand.
Father, your words coming to the quick. I can esteem, reverence, venerate Sir Joseph, for he is a great and good man. But, oh, I cannot love him. My heart is already given.
It is as I feared. Given? And to whom? Not some gilded lordling.
No, Father. The object of my love is no lordling. Oh, pity me, for he is but a humble sailor on board your own ship.
Impossible.
Yes, it's true. Too true.
A common sailor? Oh, fie!
I blush for the weakness that allows me to cherish such a passion. I hate myself when I think of the depth to which I stooped in permitting myself to think tenderly of one so ignobly born, but, oh, I love him! I love him! I love him!
little value to rank and wealth. But a line must be drawn somewhere. A man of that station may be brave and worthy, but at every step of the way he commits solecisms that society would never pardon.
I've thought of this night and day, but fear not, Father, for I have a heart and therefore I love. But I am your daughter and therefore I'm proud. Though I carry my love with me to the tomb, he shall never, never know it.
You are my daughter after all. But see, Sir Joseph's barge approaches, manned by his 12 trusty oarsmen, and accompanied by his admiring crowd of sisters, cousins, and aunts that accompany him wherever he may go. Retire now, my daughter, and here, take this photograph. It may help to bring you to a more reasonable frame of mind.
My own thoughtful father.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts, his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. that I am the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He brought me all the letters in a hand so free that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
In serving writs, I made such a name that an court I soon became. I wore clean collars and friends for the pass examination at the Institute.
For the pass examination at the Institute.
A pass examination did so well for me that now I'm the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
The pass examination did so well for me that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Of legal knowledge I quite so great that he took me into the park. And a junior partnership I mean was the only ship I ever had seen.
The only ship we ever had seen.
But that kind of ship so suited me that now I'm the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
That kind of ship so suited me that now he is the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
I grew so rich that I was sent by a public borough into Parliament. I always answered at my party's call and never thought of thinking for myself at all. I thought so little. They rewarded me by making me the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
He thought so little they rewarded me by making him the ruler of the Queen's Navy.
Now, landsmen, all whoever you may be, if you want to rise to the top of the tree, if your soul is impeded to an office stool, be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Be careful to be guided by this golden rule.
Stick close to your desks and never go to sea. And you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
Stay close to your desk and never go to sea. And you all may be rulers of the Queen's Navy.
You've a fine crew, Captain Corcoran.
A fine crew indeed, Sir Joseph.
A British sailor is a splendid fellow, Captain Corcoran.
A splendid fellow indeed, Sir Joseph.
I hope you treat your crew kindly, Captain Corcoran.
Indeed, I hope so, Sir Joseph.
Never forget that they are the bulwarks of England's greatness, Captain Corcoran.
So I have always considered them, Sir Joseph.
No bullying, I trust? No strong language of any kind, eh?
Oh, never, Sir Joseph.
What, never?
Well, hardly ever, Sir Joseph. They're an excellent crew, and they do their work thoroughly without.
Don't patronize them, sir. Pray don't patronize them.
Of course not, Sir Joseph.
That you are their captain is an accident of birth. I cannot permit these noble gentlemen to feel patronized because an accident of birth has placed you above them and them below you.
I am the last person to insult a British sailor, Sir Joseph.
You're the last person who did, Captain Corcoran. Desire that splendid seaman forward. Oh, no. The other splendid seaman.
Rafe Rackstraw, 3 paces to the front. March!
If what?
If what? I beg your pardon, I don't think I understand you.
If you please.
Oh, of course. If you please.
You're a remarkably fine fellow,
Yes, Your Honor.
and a first-rate seaman, I'll be bound.
There's not a smarter topman in the Navy, Your Honor. Though I say, who shouldn't?
Not at all. Proper self-respect, nothing more. Can you dance a hornpipe?
No, Your Honor.
Pity. All sailors should dance hornpipes. I'll teach you one this evening after dinner. Now, tell me, and don't be afraid, how does your captain treat you, eh?
A better captain don't walk the deck, Your Honor.
Aye, aye! Good. I like to hear you speak well of your commanding officer. I dare say he don't deserve it, but still it does you credit. Can you sing?
I can hum a little.
Well then hum this at your leisure. It is a song I have composed for the use of the Royal Navy. It is designed to encourage
independence of thought and action amongst the lower branches, and to take the principle that a British sailor is any man's equal, excepting mine. Now, Captain, a word in your cabin on a tender and sentimental subject.
Aye, aye, Sir Joseph. Boatswain, in commemoration of this joyous occasion, see that extra grog is served out to the ship's company at 7 bells.
Beg pardon, if what, Your Honor?
If what? I don't think I understand you.
If you please, Your Honor.
What? The gentleman is quite right. If you please.
If you please.
For I hold that on the seas, the expression, if you please, a particularly gentlemanly tone implies.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
And so do his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. His sisters and his cousins and his aunts. And his cousins and his aunts.
Sir Joseph is a true gentleman, courteous and considerate to the very humblest.
True, bosun, but we are not the very humblest. Sir Joseph has explained the true nature of our position to us. As he says, a British sailor is any man's equal, excepting his. And if he says that, is it not our duty to believe him?
You're on a wrong tack. He means well, but you don't know. When people have to obey other people's orders, equality's out of the question.
Dick Deadeye, if you go for to infuriate this here ship's crew too far, I won't answer for being able to hold a meeting. I'm shocked. That's what I am, shocked.
Messmates, my mind's made up. I will go to the captain's daughter and tell her, like an honest man, of the honest love I have for her. Is not my love as true as another's? Is not my heart as great as another's? Have I not arms and hands and ears and limbs as another?
Aye.
True, I lack birth.
Why, you've a berth on board this very ship.
Well said. I had not thought of that. Messmates, what do you say? Do you approve my determination?
We do.
I don't.
What is to be done with this here hopeless chap? Come, let us sing him the song that Sir Joseph has so kindly composed for us. Perhaps it will bring this here miserable creature to a proper state of mind.
A British tar is a soaring soul, as free as a mountain bird. His energetic fist should be ready to resist a dictatorial one. His nose should pant, and his lips should grow, his cheek should flame,
And his
brow should furl, and his bosom should heave, and his heart should glow, and his fist be ever ready for a knock. His nose should pant, and his lips should curl, his cheek should flame, and his brow should furl, his bosom should heave, and his heart should glow, and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown blow. His eye should flash with an inborn fire, his brow with scorn be wrung. He never should bow down to a domineering frown, or the tang of a tyrant tongue. His foot should stand, and his throat should growl, his hair should,
and his face
and his face should scowl, and his eyes
and his
should
breast
flash, and his breast
And this should be his customary
customary attitude. His foot should stand, and his foot should growl, his
catch up later.
It is useless. Sir Joseph's attentions nauseate me. I know he's a truly great and good man, for he told me himself. But to me he seems tedious, fretful, and dictatorial. Yet his must be a mind of no common order, or he would not dare to teach my dear father to dance a hornpipe on the cabin table. Rafe Rackstraw.
I, lady. It is I, poor Rafe Rackstraw.
How my heart beats. And why poor, Rafe?
I am poor in the essence of happiness, rich only in never-ending unrest. In me there meets a combination of antithetical elements, which are in eternal war with one another, driven hither by subjective influences, thither by subjective emotions, wafted one moment into blazing day by mocking hope, plunged the next into the Sumerian darkness of tangible despair. I am but a living ganglion of irreconcilable antagonisms. Do I make myself clear, lady?
Perfectly. His simple eloquence goes to my heart. Oh, if I dared, but no, the thought is madness. Dismiss these foolish fancies, for they torture you needlessly. Come, make one effort.
I will. What? Josephine.
Sir!
I, even though Jove's armories were launched at the head of that audacious mortal, whose lips, unhallowed by relationship, dared to breathe that precious word, yet I breathe it once, and then perchance be silent evermore. Josephine, in one brief breath, I will concentrate the hopes, the doubts, and the anxious fears of 6 weary months. Josephine, I'm a British sailor, and I love you.
Sir, this audacity! Oh, my heart, my beating heart. This unwarrantable presumption on the part of a common sailor. Oh, common, the irony of the word. Oh, sir, you forget the disparity in our ranks.
I forget nothing, haughty lady. I love you desperately. My life is in your hands, and I lay it at your feet. Give me hope. And what I lack in education and polite accomplishments, that I will endeavor to acquire. Drive me to despair, and death alone I shall seek consolation. I am proud and cannot stoop to implore. I have spoken, and I wait your word.
You shall not wait long. Your proffered love I heartily reject. Go, sir, and learn to cast your eyes on some village maiden in your own poor rank. They should be lowered before your captain's daughter.
so, it's not to be expected. Messmates ahoy, come here, come here.
What's cheer? Now tell us frankly how she made, what does she say? What's cheer?
The maiden treats my suit with scorn, rejects my humble gift. My lady, she says I am ignobly born, and cuts my hopes adrift. My lady,
She's but a suit. I told you so. I told you so. Must submit you thoughtlessly to lady ship. You know me toilers of the weak. She's but too long. I told you so.
Shall we submit on enslaved?
forbear, nor carry out the scheme you've planned. She is a lady, you are foremast hand. Remember, she's your gallant captain's daughter, and you the meanest slave that toils the water.
Back, burning back, no compass, back, burning back, you shall miss. Let's give the cheers and sailors ride across the water, break the sun, and give a rolling fortune to the honest love will sailor true. La 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 Let's give the cheers and sailors ride across the water, break the sun, and give a rolling fortune to the honest love will sailor true. For a British tar is a soaring soul as free as a mountain bird. He is energetic fish, should be ready to resist a dictatorial bird. His eyes should flash with an inborn pride, his brow will smoothly wrong. He never should go down to a dominating frown from the tame of the serpent's tongue.
His nose should bend and his lips should curl, his cheek should flame and his brow should furl, his bosom should heave and his heart should glow, and his fist be ever ready for a knockdown blow.
His feet should stamp, his nose should growl, his ear should twirl, his face should scowl, his eyes should flash, his voice will true, and ambition is his very attitude. His eyes, his attitude, his words, his attitude, his eyes, his very attitude, his eyes, his attitude, his words, his attitude, his eyes.
sixes or at sevens, I have lived hitherto, free from the breath of slander, beloved by all my crew. A really popular commander, but now my kindly crew rebel. My daughter to a tourist partial, Sir Joseph storms and sad to tell, he threatens a court-martial. Fair moon to thee I sing, bright regent of the heavens. Say, why is everything either at sixes or at sevens? Fair moon to thee I sing, bright regent of the heavens.
How sweetly he carols forth his melody to the unconscious moon. Of whom is he thinking? Of some high-born beauty? It may be. Who is poor little Buttercup, that she should expect his glance to fall on one so lowly? But if he knew, if he only knew,
Ah, little Buttercup, still on board. That isn't quite right, little one. It would have been more respectable of you to have gone on shore at thus.
true, dear Captain, but the recollection of your sad, pale face seemed to chain me to the ship. I would fain see you smile before I go.
Ah, little Buttercup, I fear it'll be long before I regain my accustomed cheerfulness. For misfortunes crowd upon me, and all my old friends have betrayed me.
Oh, do not say all, dear Captain. That were unjust to one, at least.
This is true. You are staunch to me. If ever I was to give my heart again, I think it would be to one such as this. I am touched to the heart by your tender regard for me, and were we differently stationed, I believe I could return the feeling. But as it is, I can never be anything more to you than a friend.
Oh, I understand. You hold aloof from me because you are rich and lofty, and I poor and lowly. But take heed, this poor bumboat woman has gypsy blood in her veins, and she can read destinies.
Destinies?
There's a change in store for you.
A change?
Aye, be prepared. Things are seldom what they seem. Skim milk masquerades as cream. Idols passes patent leathers. Jackdaws strut in peacock's feathers.
Very true, so they do.
Black sheep dwell in every fold. All that glitters is not gold. Storks turn out to be but logs. Bulls are but inflated frogs.
So they be frequently.
Halts the wind and stops the mill. Turn at his ambitious brill. Yield the farthing if you will. Yet 'tis a farthing still.
Yes, I know that is so. Though to catch a drift I'm striving, it is shady, it is shady. I don't see it but you're driving, mystic lady, mystic lady. Stern convictions are revealing that the mystic lady is dealing talk like that forever. Once a cat was killed by care, only brave deserve the fair.
Very true, so they do.
Is often good as nod, spoils a child who spares the rod. Thirsty lambs run foxy dangers, dogs are found in many mangers.
Frequently, I agree.
Off at the chestnut snatches, worn upon its shoulder patches, only count the chick that hatches, men are grown up heads he catches.
Yes, I know, that is so. Though to catch a direct he's striving, I'll assemble. When he sees at what I'm driving, let it tremble. Oh, mystic tomorrow, I shall learn the truth in sorrow. Live today, gone tomorrow.
Yes, I know.
That is so.
Long is the sorrow, I shall learn that truth with sorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Yes, I know.
That is so.
Her utterances are, I feel that they are dictated by a sincere regard for me. But what new miseries is she referring to? No, time for himself.
Captain Corcoran, I am much disappointed in your daughter. In fact, I don't think she'll do.
She won't do, Sir Joseph.
I'm afraid not. The fact of the matter is, although I have urged my suit with as much eloquence as is consistent with an official utterance, I have done so hitherto without success. How would you account for this?
Really, Sir Joseph, I can hardly say. Josephine is of course sensible to your condescension,
Naturally, she would be.
but perhaps your exalted rank dazzles her.
You think it does?
I could hardly say, but she is a modest girl, and her social position is far below your own. Perhaps she feels that she is not worthy of you.
That is really a very sensible suggestion, and displays more knowledge of human nature than I had given you credit for.
Ah, alas, she comes. If your lordship would kindly reason with her and assure her officially that it is a standing rule at the Admiralty that love levels all ranks, then perhaps her respect for an official utterance might induce her to look upon your offer in its proper light.
It is not unlikely. I shall adopt your suggestion. But soft, she is here. Let us withdraw and watch our opportunity. desire to convey to you officially that if your hesitation is contributable to that circumstance, it is uncalled.
Oh, then your lordship is of opinion that married happiness is not inconsistent with discrepancy in rank?
I am officially of that opinion.
That the high and the lowly may truly be happy together, provided that they truly love one another?
Madam, I wish to convey to you officially my opinion that love is a platform upon which all ranks meet.
I thank you, Sir Joseph. I did hesitate, but I will hesitate no longer. He little thinks how eloquently he has pleaded his rival's cause.
Never mind the wine and river, love can never ranks in their blood. Though his lordship's stations might be close to king his speed his brain. Though her tastes are mean and flighty, and her fortune poor and plain. Ring the merry bells on courtship, ring the air with warming wild, falling in love on courtship with the humble captain's child. The humble captain's daughter,
For a gallant captain's daughter,
And the Lord who rules the water.
in the tar who plows the water.
Never mind why and wherefore, love can never ranks and therefore, for your logical relation to myself is as past, though you occupy a station in the lower middle class. Ring the merry bells on courtship, ring the air with warming wild, falling in love my lordship with the humble captain's child.
or a humble captain's daughter.
For a gallant captain's daughter,
And the Lord rules the water.
in the tar who plows the water. Never mind the wine and wherefore love can never ranks in their blood. Provided love and truth is fixed, they have a greater part. You have carried from conviction to my hesitating heart.
Ring the merry bells on courtship, ring the air with warming wild, falling in love my lordship with the humble captain's child.
Or a humble captain's daughter.
For a gallant captain's daughter,
And the Lord rules the water.
in the tar who plows the water. Watch the ever joy
Ring the merry bells on courtship,
A union with his lordship brings songs the air above. Oh, the man who wants her man brings songs the air above. Oh, the man who wants Sir Joseph, I cannot express to you the delight at your eloquence. Your argument was unanswerable.
Oh, Captain Corcoran, it is one of the happiest characteristics of this glorious country that official utterances are often considered unanswerable. Oh,
My fondest hopes are to be realized. My daughter is to be the bride of a cabinet minister. The prospect is Elysian.
Captain!
Oh, did I? You here? Oh, don't.
Ah, don't shrink from me, Captain. Ugh. I'm unpleasant to look at. And my name's against me. But I ain't as bad as I seem.
What would you with me?
I've come to give you warning.
Indeed, you propose to leave the Navy then?
No! No! You misunderstand me. Listen. Captain, I've important information. Sing hey, the kind commander that you are, about a certain intimate relation. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar.
The merry, 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 and the tar. Good fellow, in conundrums you are speaking. Sing hey, the mystic sailor that you are. The answer to the mainly I am seeking. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar. The merry, 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 maiden, the maiden and the tar.
Kind Captain, your young lady is a sight. Sing hey, the simple captain that you are. This very night with works you're to be flying. Sing hey, the merry maiden and the tar.
The merry, 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 merry maiden, the much merry maiden and the tar. Good fellow, you have given timely warning. Sing hey, the thoughtful sailor that you are. I'll talk to Master Extra in the morning. Sing hey, the cat o' nine tails and the tar. The merry cat o' nine tails, the merry cat o' nine tails, the merry cat o' nine tails and the tar. I thank you for your warning. I will take means at once to arrest their flight. Ah. This boat cloak will provide me ample disguise. And so...
They're foiled. They're foiled. Foiled!
Leap on tiptoe, stealing, breathing gently as we pray. Every step with caution, feeling, we will softly slip away. Goodness me, what was that?
Silent be. It was the cat.
It was the cat.
They're right. It was the cat.
The short with fashion steady, Hymen will defray the fair. For a clergy that is ready to unite the happy pair. Goodness me, why what was that?
Silent be. Again the cat.
It was again the cat.
They're right. It was the cat.
Every step with caution feelings, they will softly steal away. Every step with caution feeling, we will steal away.
Pretty daughter of mine, I'm My lord, one word, the facts are not before you. The word was injudicious, I allow. But hear my explanation, I implore you, and you will be indignant, do I vow. I will hear of no defense. Attempt none if you're sensible. That word of evil sense is wholly indefensible. Go, rebel, get you hence to your cabin with celerity. This is the consequence of ill-advised asperity.
This is the consequence of ill-advised asperity.
Or I'll teach you all ere long to refrain from language strong. For I haven't any sympathy for inbred talks.
More have his sisters and his cousins and his aunts.
Lord, have his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. Lord, have his sisters and his cousins and his aunts. For he is an Englishman. For he himself has said it, and disgrace me to his credit that he is an Englishman. That he is an
Now, my fine fellow, for you are a fine fellow,
Yes, Your Honor.
how come your captain so far to forget himself? Surely you have given him no cause for annoyance.
Well, Your Honor, you see it was thus wise. I'm only a topman, a mere foremast tail.
Oh, don't be ashamed of that. Your position as a topman is a very exalted one.
Well, Your Honor, love burns as brightly in the forecastle as it does on the quarterdeck. And Josephine is the fairest bud that ever blossomed upon the poor fellow's wildest hopes.
Darling!
She is the figurehead of my ship of life, the bright beacon that guides me to my port of happiness, that the purest, rarest gem never sparkled on a poor but worthy fellow's trusting brow.
Very pretty, very pretty.
Insolent sailor! You shall repent this outrage! Seize him at once!
Sir Joseph, spare him, for I love him tenderly.
Pray don't! I shall teach this presumptuous mariner to discipline his affections. Have you such thing as a dungeon on board?
We do.
We do! Then load him with chains and take him there at once!
Farewell, my own, light of my life, farewell. For crimes unknown, I go to a dungeon cell.
I will atone in the meantime, farewell. And all in love rejoice in your dawn.
My surprise, again you may discover from my eye.
How terrible the aspect of his eyes.
Ere upon your loss you lay much stress, a long concealed climb I would confess. Many years ago, when I was young and charming, as some of you may know, I practiced baby farming.
Now this is most alarming. When she was young and charming, she practiced baby farming many years ago.
To tender babes I must, one was of low condition, the other of a caste, a regular patrician.
Now this is the position. One was a low condition, the other a patrician, many years ago.
Oh, bitter is my cup. However could I do it? I mixed those children up, and not a creature knew it.
However could you do it? Someday, no doubt, you'll rue it. Although no creature knew it, many years ago.
In time each little waif forsook his foster mother, the well-born baby's grave. Your captain was the other.
They left their foster mother. One was brave, our brother. The captain was the other. Many years ago.
Then I am to understand that Rafe and the captain were exchanged in childhood's happy hour, and that Captain is Rafe and Rafe really the captain?
That is the idea I intended to convey officially.
And how very well you conveyed it, Miss Buttercup.
Aye, aye, Your Honor.
Oh dear. Let them appear before me at once.
A common sailor.
It is hard, is it not, my dear?
It is a very singular occurrence. I congratulate you both. Captain Rexstraw, desire that splendid seaman forward.
Corcoran, 3 paces to the front, march.
If what?
I'm sorry, I don't think I understand you.
If you please.
The gentleman is quite abreast. If you please.
If you please.
Oh, you're a very remarkably fine fellow.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it seems that you were Rafe and Rafe was you.
So would seem, Your Honor.
Well, I need not tell you that after this change in your position, a marriage with your daughter is out of the question.
Don't say that, Your Honor. The love levels all ranks.
Oh, it does, to a considerable extent. But it doesn't lower them quite as much as that. Here, sir, take her, and mind you, treat her kindly.
Oh, bliss! Oh, rapture!
Oh, rapture! Oh, bliss!
Oh, sad my lot, I'm sorry. For what shall I do? I cannot live alone.
Fear nothing, for while I live, I'll not desert you. I'll
soon to comfort your declining days.
No, don't do that.
But indeed, I'd rather.
Oh, very well then. Tomorrow morn our vows shall all be plighted. 3 loving pairs on the same day united.
Oh, joy, oh, rapture unforeseen, the clouded sky is now serene. The God of day, the orb of love, has hung his ensign high above. The sky is all ablaze with glowing lights and glowing suns. It shakes the darkening clouds, and if they find the maid to coin their wonderful decoy is short, a dream.
He's the captain of the Pinafore,
And a right good captain too.
and though before my fall I was captain of you all, I'm a member of the crew.
And though before his fall he was captain of us all, he's a member of the crew.
I shall marry with a wife, and my home will rank of life in whom